Over another eventful 2 days in the Premier League, Liverpool coped impressively with their new tag as title favourites, but Manchester City got back to winning ways to set up an intriguing clash with the leaders on Thursday. Jurgen Klopp's men thrashed Arsenal 5-1, while the defending champions battled to a 3-1 win over Southampton 24 hours later. Elsewhere, Tottenham were humbled by Wolves, while Manchester United continued their resurgence under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as Bournemouth were made to look ordinary at Old Trafford. Here, we look at these and some other things we learned from the top flight this weekend. One. Going top has brought confidence, not nerves, to Anfield. The title picture has changed dramatically in recent weeks, with champions Manchester City slipping up and ceding the initiative to Liverpool. After going 6 points clear at the top with their Boxing Day win over Newcastle, Liverpool for the first time were being talked of as favourites rather than as a side clinging onto the coattails of City. From then on, games would become as much a test of nerve as ability. Yet far from shrinking under the pressure of their new status, the Reds appear to be revelling in it. Arsenal were expected to provide a stern test, but Jurgen Klopp's men ruthlessly swept them aside, playing with the swagger of potential champions. Klopp continues to play down the situation, but the Merseysiders are now in a strong position. Two. Onus on City on Thursday. The eagerly anticipated clash between City and Liverpool at the Etihad Stadium on January 3 now has a completely different feel from how it seemed a month ago. A draw might have suited both sides had they played then, and both could have tried to cancel each other out as they did at Anfield in October. But now, if they are to have hope of getting back into the chase and create doubts in the minds of Liverpool, Pep Guardiola's City really need to take the game to the visitors. Considering Liverpool enjoyed success against City last season, when they met fire with fire, they might also look to attack. It sets up a potentially compelling clash. 3. Tottenham fluff their lines. While Liverpool might not be showing signs of nerves, Tottenham stuttered as Wolves came from behind to beat them 3-1 at Wembley. Spurs had propelled themselves into the title picture by thrashing Everton and Bournemouth 6-2 and 5-0 respectively to move above City. Yet almost as soon as they were being touted as having an outside chance, they missed the chance to put any pressure on a Liverpool side playing after them on Saturday. Wolves are a dangerous side, but Spurs cannot afford to squander winning positions like this if they are to challenge. Four. Pogba looking like a World Cup winner again. It is not difficult to pinpoint the start of Paul Pogba's recent resurgence, the Frenchman having excelled in Manchester United's 3 successive wins since the departure of Jose Mourinho. Against Bournemouth on Sunday, the midfielder looked like the dominant force that helped France to World Cup glory last summer as he scored 2 goals for a second game in succession. It hardly seems a coincidence that Pogba looks liberated by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's management after the earlier part of his season had been overshadowed by reports of a rift with Mourinho. Five. Same old problems for Arsenal. The Gunners may have enjoyed a 22-game unbeaten run earlier in the season, but some things never change at the Emirates. Arsenal have now let in more first-half goals than anyone else in the Premier League. Yes, even Fulham, Cardiff, and Huddersfield after their thrashing at Anfield. That scary stat should be enough to keep Arsenal manager Unai Emery awake at night. Defensively dreadful doesn't even come close to describing their first-half horror show at Anfield. No cohesion, little connection, and certainly no signs it is going to get better anytime soon. It's as if Arsene Wenger never left. 6. Chelsea's blunt attack. Olivier Giroud did score two well-taken goals against Crystal Palace on Sunday, but unfortunately both were flagged offside. And the Frenchman hobbling off injured has hardly helped manager Maurizio Sarri's problems in attack. Alvaro Morata is now the Italians' third-choice striker behind Giroud and makeshift forward Eden Hazard. That means Chelsea must get the checkbook out next month. Christian Pulisic appeared to confirm he will be heading to Stamford Bridge, while Gonzalo Higuain is another option for the Blues. Whoever they decide on, they'll need to move fast and hope they settle in better than Morata has. Seven. No New Year cheer for Toon. Not only are Newcastle's takeover talks on the verge of collapse, but there is unlikely to be any money available to Rafa Benitez next month. There are 4 parties interested in taking over the club, but none have the cash to do a deal with Mike Ashley. And that means Benitez, who has been starved of cash by his owner, will have to keep the Magpies in the Premier League the hard way. The former Liverpool and Chelsea boss had been keeping an eye on Leeds striker Kemar Roofe, who has 13 goals in 19 league games for the Championship club this season, but any plans are now on the back burner. Newcastle currently lie 15th in the table, 3 points clear of the relegation zone. Eight. Walking in a Wolves wonderland. Remember when Wolves lost to Watford, Brighton, and Huddersfield in a matter of weeks? No, we suspected as much. The Molineux men have put their dodgy run behind them of late to earn victories over Chelsea, Bournemouth, Newcastle, and Tottenham in the month of December. On Saturday, hours after it was announced that he would receive an MB, Harry Kane looked to have sent Spurs on their way to another victory at Wembley. But Wolves hit back through Willy Boly, Raul Jimenez and Helder Costa to ensure Nuno's side go into 2019 in 7th place. With the 6 sides above them set to stay there in one order or another, Wolves will fancy their chances of finishing best of the rest come the end of the season. Nine. Bournemouth's dodgy defending. Bournemouth need to be more resolute. This loss was Bournemouth's 8th in 10 Premier League games and their 6th in succession on the road. As laudable as Etihad's open style is, they are just too easy to play against, and United simply gobbled them up. Okay, they are not in danger of being sucked into the relegation fight, but they are not going to finish in the top half of the table as they deserve if they carry on like this. The Cherries have now been battered by Liverpool, Tottenham and United, and they must have a bit more steel. United sliced through them with ease at the back, and they need to be stronger defensively. Huddersfield in big trouble. Newcastle boss Rafael Benitez recently suggested it might take a miracle to keep his side up, but if any side really does require such a thing, it is Huddersfield. The Terriers certainly seemed down on their luck as they were sunk by a very late strike from Alexander Mitrovic in their bottom-of-the-table clash with Fulham. Having thought they might have escaped with a point after Fulham's Abubakar Kamara made a mess of a penalty moments earlier, it was a confidence-shattering blow. After 7 defeats in a row, David Wagner's side need an urgent lift.